Hi everyone, Joe here from the HAL Project. In this video, we'll look at some of the new features in the forthcoming release, and show a small preview of how things are shaping up. So let's dive in and see what's in store with the new HAL Project 4K Remaster. First up, I want to talk about the main typeface. Thanks to the brilliant work of Dave Addy at typesetinthefuture.com, we've discovered that the main typeface used for almost all the computer displays for 2001: A Space Odyssey was called Manifold. Manifold was created as a type element for the IBM Selectric typewriter, a successful line of electric typewriters introduced in 1961 and available around the time of the film's production. Now, this typeface doesn't currently fully exist as a font. At least, the one version that I could find looked to be more like a rough scan of an old specimen sheet, and it simply wasn't up to scratch for the project. So this meant it had to be recreated. Thanks to a user comment on Dave Addy's site from Heather, we now have a fairly strong specimen sheet to work from. So using this, and the film as a guide, I've recreated the Manifold typeface. And as you can see, it's a far stronger match than the previous version I'd created back in 2011. This is now in use throughout all animations for the 4K Remaster. Next up is resolution. So one of the things that working in a 4K resolution does is it reveals everything. So the existence of some small niggling issues with the original animations became pretty apparent. And this means each animation has to be checked, almost frame by frame, and reworked. One thing that caught my eye was line weights. Likely a leftover from such a lengthy project development time, some animations were created at different times and we end up with some inconsistencies. This new release addresses that, and we now have a consistent set of line weights and opacities for all grids, tables, and graphical elements. There are some animations that still call for heavier line weights, and so these remain as is. In addition, some animations rely on varying line weights. A good example can be seen here on the hibernation monitor animations. Here we can see that an analog design aesthetic is more appropriate to display certain graphical information, so these instances have been updated also. Curve radii issues have also been addressed. This problem likely arose as a result of using Adobe Flash. Its method of compression crushed anchor and Bezier curve data for smaller, less visible elements, likely to reduce file size. Well, these have all been redone, and now all corner radii and type curves are correctly rendered, resulting in a significantly cleaner image overall. There's been some adjustments to colour too. Some of the solid colour backgrounds were a little too vibrant. These have been pulled back to a more accurate reflection of those found within the film version. Colours have been chosen by using an average sample from the film animations and adding a little dash of creative license. Another new item is for the console version. So previous HAL consoles had all been created in Photoshop, but with this new release I wanted a little more realism. So we now see a fully 3D rendered HAL faceplate and console surrounding each of the animated screens. The added benefit here is that this can be rendered in full 8K resolution and then sampled down, giving us the best possible image quality. So that wraps up some of the new features. I'm really excited to talk about how the project is made in more detail, so keep an eye out for more videos soon. Hit that subscribe button, and as ever, drop me a comment below. I really appreciate all of your feedback.